live. Hi everyone, and welcome to the Puppet Podcast. And today we're going to Mexico. That's our first time we connect with this area of the world, and I'm really happy to have someone who have a celebration. It's nueve años de existan del teatro. So I will bring her in the screen. She's amazing. It's Ailin. Hello.
Hi, everyone. Hi. My name is Ailin, and welcome to Puppet Podcast.
Yeah, thank you very much to just improve the territory and just make it grow for the podcast.
Exactly. This is going to be the beginning of this bridge between countries, I guess.
Yeah.
And therefore, we're pairs. So the thing is that this is natural to get connected. So
yeah, America, like bigger than ever. Amazing.
Yes.
And maybe you can introduce yourself. Tell me more about your job, your wonderful company. We look at online a little bit, but maybe you can tell me more about what you're doing.
Of course. My name is Ailin Ruiz. I am from Mexico. I live on the north part of Mexico, which is on the top on the north. We're the biggest second state of Mexico. I live like 4 or 5 hours away from the border from the United States, from Arizona. So we're just closer to the border. Theater, it's an activity that it's most of people will think about Mexico, just Mexico City itself, like the capital itself. But I just want everyone to know that I'm in the north part, which is closer to the border. So that's important just to just say it.
Yeah.
I'm the director of La Hormiga Títeres, La Hormiga Puppet. We're having 9 years tomorrow. It's our 9th anniversary.
Yes.
And we have done a lot of stuff around with our puppetry. The last thing we did before we going virtual, we did a museum exhibition about the history of puppets in Sonora, in the state I live. That was the last thing we did before going virtual. And we're having a blast. We have been doing a lot of stuff, a cultural project for schools, projects for institution itself. We construct puppets, we do our plays, we go to festivals, and we represent puppet theater here in my state, in Sonora.
Yeah, you said earlier before the interview that you are not a lot of puppeteer around your area, and it's kind of new for me to know. Like I know Mexican culture a bit, but to feel that you are a pioneer in this field, it's really cool to have the pioneer in front of me.
Well, yeah, I'm the pioneer from Sonora State. Behind me, there is three other companies that were living in different stage of years. Mm-hmm. But the curious thing about this is that none of them continue working in the puppeteering area. Most of them just stopped doing it, and then some other company came over and started working with puppets again. But we are the oldest company in Sonora. I mean, the oldest one before us was 5 years old, right? And they decided to split and not continuing the puppet company. But then again, we are the pioneers now, the ones who have this puppeteering knowledge, and we want to give it to other Sonora people around. And I am blessed because I am part of last puppeterians, former puppeterians. They gave me some training before that. So that was amazing though. When I was small, we'll talk about it when the question comes. Well, I'm just jumping into it. But we are the only ones here so far. There's some other companies that use a puppet as part of their plays, but we are the only ones that are specifically connected with our objective with puppets itself. I mean, we are the only ones.
That's good to fight. And the first question is always, what makes the art of puppetry an art that you cherish?
What a powerful and power word you just chosen to describe puppets, right? Cherish, which is a very powerful word. And I'm making parentheses here, and I hear your puppet podcast before with other puppeterians. And I think that's one of the most important questions you ask, how we cherish. And I think most of the thing that I cherish about puppets is it's the way you get connected with art differently from theater, right? It gives you another language, it gives you another perspective, it gives you the chance to create among all spaces and techniques and materials and everything, more than just being an actor and actress in formal theater that just use your body. Puppets, you use everything, everything connected. And besides that, you get to have an art that it's humble, right? It's not yourself as an actor or actress. It is the puppet itself that you give life to, right? And you have to be really, really connected to that. All puppeteers have to know that the puppet itself is the most important thing you have in front. That is not yourself. Families and kids and adults will remember you not because of your performance as a puppeteer, as your performance of your puppet itself, right? So you're not the famous. Puppets are the famous right now.
Yeah, true. It's really humble. And could you tell us how and when your crush for puppetry happened? It's always something crunchy, I said.
Yeah. Well, I was 16 years old. I was into my writing back then, and I remember there was a friend. It was a teacher friend that has a friend that owned a theater company, a puppet theater company. They were Animalejos. That was the name of it. And we somehow get connected. I was more interested in writing more than being a puppeteer, but they invited me to one of their plays. And I saw this play called Naja, la Cobra Vanidosa, which is a story screen, a very nice story screen. But the first time I saw these puppets from this company, I said that I wanted to do it. I wanted to do that, right? But not as a puppeteer itself, but I said to myself, I want to have a theater company, a puppet theater company. So that's when my journey started, right? And there was a question from that former puppeteer, Patricia Vargas, which she asked me, are you studying theater? And I said, no, but I'm starting right now. And immediately that was like March, I guess. And then immediately that summer, I started my theater classes. Right. And then I started to do theater, and then I do a diploma in theater after that to get, the base of, former theater bases. And then I started my journey into learning formal puppet theater, right, which is very important because most of your audience will agree with me that it's not only just taking an object or taking just a puppet and just starting to showing around. There is a technique specifically, and when someone does not have a technique when they take a puppet, when they use it, right? So I always said to my peers and my colleagues that if you want to use puppets, if you want to just get involved in this amazing world of puppetry, you have to be very responsible and very honest with this art, because this art is the humblest one, is the honest one. If you're looking forward just to show a puppet, that will not work, right? You will not claim yourself of a puppeteer. And puppeteering is just about more of a discipline, all constant, having courses and learning and doing, and it's just not about having an object. So my journey when I got, this crush into puppets was back then. And I decided that I wanted to do this for a long time. And before La Hormiga Títere showed up, my theater company, I had an attempt for, I don't know, like 5 attempts of doing a puppet company. But then, and some of your audience will understand too, that you have to have this specific, failures, right? In order to conquer what you want to do. So it happened. It doesn't happen immediately, La Hormiga Títeres. It was a beginning of different failures, right? But it ended up with the one that we have now. And then we're here 9 years after.
Amazing.
I love them.
We have many arts also, and people like
hearts, everyone. Bonsoir to everyone.
Yeah, we have people from Toronto and all around. New people also I discovered. They say hello.
Amazing. Hi, je suis Ailin, je suis le nouveau trop de français et je suis très désolée. That's the only thing I can say so far.
Yeah, but that's pretty. I was like, maybe I will practice my Spanish at some point.
Oh yeah, bring it up.
The other, you almost answer, but the best background for a puppeteer, you told about like your background, but do you have a recommendation to like someone who wants to do puppet or be more better at it? Some recommendation about a study, what to study?
I will talk about my experience itself, right? I mean, what I did, and I thought when I was younger and I was getting into this, I thought that it was good to study theater before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or to have this baseline of theater,
Yeah.
right? To recognize everything that goes to theater, because puppet theater is just a branch, I guess, from theater itself. There's so many ways of doing theater. And I'll go with studying theater. Yes, of course, it's important, right? And then just getting specialized in puppet. But then puppets itself, they have other specializations, right? Which is different languages itself. But happened in our company that I have some of my peers that they didn't study theater as a baseline, but they study puppeteering as a baseline, and it's different the way they catch the learning in between. So that depends. That depends on what your perspective. I wanted to learn theater itself because I wanted to have more tools, different tools that will help me through it. But then I have the experience with some of our teammates in Hormiga that they didn't study theater, but then again they're amazing puppeteerians, right?
Yeah,
it depends all.
Yeah, because you have sometimes the builder and the people who handle. It's kind of, I feel in this podcast I discover vision of what is our job. But keep going with you.
Yeah, so I was saying that what would it be is that it is important, yes, to study theater because that gives you the baseline, of course. And then if you want to do something else, and then if someone tells you something or specifically about theater, it is important to know, right, what you're doing, right? Because at the end, it's theater itself, right?
Yeah.
And then get specialized in puppets. I mean, just not finish theater school and then just jumping into puppet just because you feel like, you know what, I studied theater and I'm going to do it. No. Get your courses, go learn from the master puppeteerians, get closer to the ones who already know the path to get a little bit of what's the language about. I mean, respect the art. I don't know if it happened to you or to some other people in the audience, that we have colleagues that just take the puppet and just, use it as in, whatever, right? And it really, really gets me mad because we have to respect the art of, doing it. Right? I mean, you have to be honest. Like I said, you have to be honest of what you're doing. So that will be the path. You may study theater, yes. You may not study theater. I would recommend, yes, you do, because then you have the baseline. But if you want to do it, specialize in puppet theater. Do courses, do whatever you have to do. But then you have to study. You have to study puppeteer. That's for sure. You have to study.
I agree. I always try to bring to the fellow older artists who wants to learn puppetry. I was like, this is sacral, like this is an object, like just to put a ritual around it and just make it really special. Do you have your definition of a puppet? Because sometimes like kids ask or family, what is a puppet like for you in your own words?
Puppet will be like a synthesis of life, of something, right? It is not about, I mean, we can create an eagle, but it's not an eagle. It's a synthesis of an eagle, right? We can create a scenario, but it's like the synthesis of the scenario, right?
Yes.
I think puppets gives you the chance to do this synthesis quite well, which is the thing that I will define. It is an object. It is something created. I mean, there's so many languages and, and techniques on puppeteer and puppets. Sorry. But then I'll say that puppets is a synthesis. That will be it. It's a synthesis of real life.
That's amazing. I love it. It's simple, eh? Sometimes less is more, eh?
Less is more.
Do you think that puppet art is in an ascension or it's getting less popular? What is your viewpoint from your perspective in Mexico?
Oh, well, like I said, in behalf of the north part of Mexico, right on the top of the north part, there are not a lot of theater puppet companies. Yeah, they're not a lot. Most of them are in Mexico City on the south part, right down the south part of Mexico. Uh, but I think it should be an assumption, right? It could be ascending.
Yeah.
With this with this virtuality, I have seen so many puppets around, like new puppets around that I've never thought that they will use them.
Mm.
But then again, I think it's going to get popular with this virtual thing. I think because on screen, they're amazing. I mean, in
Yeah.
real life, they're amazing, of course,
Yeah.
but on screen, they look amazing too, right? So I think
Yes.
a lot of people will start looking at it as in a possibility of doing it. I guess puppet theater have always been said that it's just something that it's not that popular, right? And they have, I mean, I have heard people say that there's some minor, like the minor theater, right? But
Mm-hmm.
what they don't know is that puppet theater, it gets you in a different way of thinking, which is not only your body itself or mind, but it's just get connected body, mind, language, the movement, the control of your body, but giving it to an object, giving it to a puppet itself.
Yeah.
So I think should be in a rising. I think should be virtual way, but I'm more curious into a rising into the audience of going to the theater. That would be amazing though, and that's
Yeah.
something that we're looking forward. And in Lormigo, we have programs that we're looking forward to that to having more audiences for puppet theater itself. So I hope it gets in ascending. What do you think?
Yeah.
What do
I,
you think?
I try to create also the ascension if I want to
Yeah.
contribute to it for sure and just make this network connecting. We have like Valerie who was like everyone loves puppets, so yeah,
Everyone.
we have people like who are really appreciate this art here on the
Oh,
podcast.
oh yeah. Well, I am not able to sit right now, but as soon as we just finish our live, I'm gonna go over and answer some. So just
Yeah.
everyone that is watching us, if you want to just go over and type your questions or anything, if you have a chance, maybe if they have questions, we can just answer back and forward. That'll be amazing for them too. But that will be up to you, of course.
Yeah, you could also answer, and it's also people like comment on what you said or agree. Like
Oh,
you get a lot of
oh,
agreement around, so that's
yes,
good.
good.
Yeah, and
Team puppet.
that's amazing. And I always like to ask a question about the future. Like, what is your future, like further purpose as a puppeteer, like a purpose, something you want to achieve? Like sometimes it's about storytelling, sometimes it's about a number of spectators we want. Like, do you have a specific purpose in your career you want to achieve?
Down deep inside, just kidding. One of the objectives I have since I started with the company, it's creating a cultural center, right? Specifically the House of Puppet in Sonora, Mexico. And that's something that it's pinpoint right now, and it's in the table, getting closer to getting it, right?
Yeah.
And in this place, having a place where puppets can live through many years, and a place where families can go. Because let me tell you, the audience that Lormiga is focused on families itself, right? Our audience is families, specifically children.
Yeah.
And having this space of puppets, this space for families that they can go over and take their puppet courses with us, right? Having theater plays and inviting other peers from other places, from other countries, to get here and present their shows, and trying to get this network connected, because that's the main thing about puppeteers. We're not a lot of us, you know that. I mean, we're certain of us, and getting connected is really important. Doing this network is really important, and always looking forward to get this connection between other puppeteers, that they can give better ideas and get better improvement on our work. So that's amazing. What I want, what's my goal is having this cultural center, of course, which is very important. History of puppets never being forgotten in our state, which is important. That's why we did the museum exhibition. And I hope one day, if life will give us the chance, meet the next generation of puppeteers in Sonora. That will be amazing. That will be amazing.
Yeah, that's great. Like
That would be amazing.
That's amazing. That's true. And I know also people who could maybe help you because in this network people build those kind of place where people family or like house of puppetry happen. So sometimes it's to connect the thing to do and not do what is bringing more people to the house. And so
Yeah.
maybe I have some cue for you. I could
Yes.
share it after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All help is invited though, and it's thankful in advance for everyone that want to jump in and help. I guess most puppeteers are always open. I talk about specifically about puppeteers itself because we're a small network. I don't know if you feel the same as I'm saying, but I think we're a small universe, right? From among all of theater.
Mm-hmm.
And this small universe, it's so kind and it's so
Mm-hmm.
close to you, right? If you go around and ask, you know what, I need help with this, I'm pretty sure they're going to go, yes, I'm going to help you with this, or you can do this or that. I've never found someone, any puppeteer that will tell me, you know what, no, I'm not able to help you with anything. I
Yeah.
think most puppeteers are always open because we're like small network,
Yeah.
and I think we share same values, and that's important though, which is
Yeah.
honesty and giving. We're very giving. I don't know if you feel that same way. I
Yeah.
think we're giving. So
Yeah. Yeah. And people do stuff. They are into action. They just
yes.
like they don't. They do the puppet. They build it. So yeah. And someone bring Unima. You know Unima in
Yeah,
Mexico.
Unima.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
So
have we have Unima Mexico. Unima Mexico. It's right on the south part of Mexico. We do
yeah.
have the association, which is an international. You do guys have it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right now, they haven't done a lot of activities around. Yeah, so they do activities around, but I'm not really connected with Unima though right now.
Yeah. So we will.
I'm not
We,
really connected,
we will
but
connect everything.
we'll connect everything. As soon as we finish with this, we're gonna go and we're connected. Well, I'm connected not as a member of Unima right now,
Okay.
but I'm connected with the persons and the team
Yeah.
of Unima. So that's something in
Yeah.
advance. So, but yeah, we
Okay.
do have Unima Mexico. Hope we can have Unima in the north, right? Which is gonna be different because then again, Mexico it's a wide territory, right? And
Yeah.
Mexico City, for example, from the place I live, it's around 3 hours in a plane. It's like a day and a half in a bus
In
or
car.
car.
Yeah.
So it's really far away from
Yeah.
where I live. So getting everything connected with Unima, it's complicated. They do congresses, they do talks, they do workshops. Most of the time, they focus on the south part, which is most of the puppeteers they are in.
Mm-hmm.
I hope we can do like a division of a North Unima.
Yeah, that's
That could
what
be amazing,
we have
though.
done in Canada. We have an expand country, so we have like multiple association in different province. So maybe we will help you to put that together. And we wish to
Yeah.
have like the Congress of Unima in Montreal in 2024. That's the
Oh, well,
wish.
that's
So
amazing. Yeah. Yeah, that would be awesome, though, to find it. Well, yeah, that would be awesome, though, because that's the part of everything. It's sharing, right?
yes,
And
yes,
well, I haven't pointed out to Unima. I mean, I haven't talked with them and tell them, you know what, let's do a division right now. I think next year we are in voting sessions, right, to change, the main heads, and you have
yeah,
you
yeah.
know better than me. They're doing voting. So I guess we'll wait for the new team comes over and settle, and let's see if they're interested into getting Unima a little bit expanded into the
Yeah,
wide
yeah. Or
territory we
maybe
have.
you will bring that on the table and it will be accepted and you will
That
get
is
part
for
of it.
sure. I'm going to bring it. That's for sure. Just waiting for this voting part, just well,
Yeah,
starts
that's
and
the
finish,
point.
right? So I'm
Amazing.
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure, and hopefully they're interested, and then they go with
Yeah.
the idea, which is important. I think it's very important to get connected with Unima, though. But then
Yeah,
again,
with
that's the thing.
Puppeteer, but also with the online stuff, meeting could be more
Yeah.
accessible. Sometime in
Yeah.
our meeting we have computer now and we will have like a board of members on many
That would
computer
be
around the table.
That will be amazing, though. I think virtuality will give what the main highlight that gave us in this contingency days was or is that we get connected virtually. And that's something that gets us closer. That's how we're doing it right now. I mean, you're in Canada, I'm in Mexico right now, and it gets us closer together, right? So I hope the ones who are heads of UNIMA and other organizations around has this echo on what you're saying, of course, and hopefully we get this new connections in between. And UNIMA worldwide, that would be amazing to have a congress online, which is something that other specialties have done, like online congresses online, but it's not the same to just see each other face to face. I mean, that's something that we can. Yes, we cannot bear out of seeing each other face to face. But virtuality gives us the chance to get connected first. So that's something that we have to get in advance, and we have to get advantage of it. So I hopefully this could get the first thing of many that we're going to have this new ways of connecting. That's
amazing. Yes. And do you want to finish with a puppet? I
don't want to finish. No, just kidding.
To conclude with an accessory, something like who could like put something visual on the work you do in Mexico, in north of Mexico.
Of course. Well, I'm going to show you what we put here in between. We have our puppet here. Well, this way, because I'm on the other screen. Yeah, it's opposite way. We have Stella right here, and then we have our Kamichibai on this side, of course. Right? Well, get it connected. Well, I'm gonna get Stella for that.
Stella.
All right. This is Stella. I don't use this puppet though. One of my peers does use it. I'm gonna try. There you go. Yeah, I got it. This is Stella, right? It's made out of sponge. I don't know how to call that material in English. I don't know if it's sponge itself too.
Yeah. So in French, we say la mousse.
La mousse. Okay. So it's made of la mousse, right?
I don't know in Spanish. What is in Spanish?
Una espuma.
Una espuma.
Una espuma. Yeah, that's the way we call it. And it's sponge, right? And it is one of the biggest ones we have, right? In size, right? It's made out of some part of wood, right? And it has some movement on this one. This one has 6 months, 5-month clothing, right? For children.
Yeah.
Right? Has a command on the back. And she's part of a play called A Mati no le gusta el agua. Mati does not like water. That's the name of a play. You can watch it on YouTube. We have it on, you can find us on lormiga.titres, which is on the screen. And you can see the play itself too, right there. So this is a Stella right here. Hey,
hello, beautiful Stella. Big girl, say Nicola. It's a big girl. Amazing.
It is a big girl. So just that, I'm trying to get... Oh, okay. It's difficult. It's difficult to get, the screen. So basically that. So we have Stella here, and then we have Kamichibai. Do you guys do Kamichibai on Canada?
Kamichibai.
Kamichibai, which is let me just go over with it.
Yeah. Bring it on.
Yeah. I'm gonna put some stuff around. This is like mask. We have another puppet here. Yeah. We got another one. This is the Kamichibai, just really heavy. Let me just go over with it. All right, so let me just...
I'm so curious about this.
All right, so this is Kamichibai, right? And it's paper theater too. You open it, which is closed, right? Oh, here it is. All right, you open it, right? And you have some screens around. I'm just gonna open this side, right? And you keep on storytelling, right? And you get to move slides around. Let me just go the first one, right? So you get to start talking about, your storytelling, and then you change, right? Yeah. And then, well, that's opposite way because we didn't plan to open it today. But you start, working with it. And it's Japanese. It's a Japanese, right? It's a Japanese. It is all backwards, but it is a Japanese technique, right? We learned it in Jalapa, Veracruz, with one of our friends, Merequetengue Artes Vivas, which they taught us how to work with it. So you keep storytelling, right? When you finish, you just close it, right? You start closing, you close it, and you finish your storytelling, right? So that's Kamichibai. There's a lot of Kamichibais around. It's very good for one person working with it. Some of them, this is like the most rustic one, but some people have it all decorated. I mean, they put paintings on in between, or they decorate it in probably in some specific place around you can go with, but we wanted to just do it solid wood. And we put our logo in this side. This one is very heavy though, because we wanted to do it heavy, right? But there's lighter materials to do so, but this is made out of wood. And if you have this kind of something that you carry on all your stories around. So that's basically what you do with Konnichiwa. that's the newest thing that we have here in Ormiga. That's what we did. It's pretty heavy. It is
heavy,
pretty
but
heavy,
it's good for the wind. If you play outside, you are stable.
Yeah, totally. And it's very good. Yeah, and I'm going to show you later some pictures about that. We have it is really easy because then you can take it to the parks, right? You can take it to open spaces. You don't need a microphone or anything. I mean, we have gone to some parks around. We just take it, we put a table on it, and we start calling kids, we start calling families. They just sit down on the grass, and we started telling the storytelling, which is very good, though. It's very good. Kids loves it. And if you're looking forward to a new way of storytelling, this is a good way. But then again, recommended go get a course about kamichibai, which is very important because it's just not only just putting slides around and putting back and forward. It's about, for example, there's a rule that you can have between 10, 11 slides, just that, right? To just talk and tell all your story. It has their specific timing, it has their specific rules, and it's really important for you to go in, have a course to know how to do it, right? To do it right and respect the art of others, that's for sure.
Yeah, amazing. Someone asked, I will take the question. Nicola wants to know, what is your favorite style of puppets?
I do, I don't know if it's the same translation, but it's like table puppet, which is, it's the same translation? It's
tabletop.
They go on the top of the table, right? Yeah. I mean, the one we do, our main one, it's table puppets. We use it, puppeteer is in front of the audience, and then you use a puppet in front of everyone, which is the one we use. We have worked with some of shadow, we have worked with subjects around, but the latest work we did, I said Nicola, right? Nicola, the last work we did, which is Mati no le gusta el agua, like I said, you can see it on YouTube. We work with different perspectives between corporeous hair hybrid puppets, but the one I learned at the beginning of my training was the table one. That's the one we use. But then we open all the time. Yeah. Every year we go in touring and we go to get courses with other master puppeteerians, right? Yeah. But then again, we have this COVID-19 thing, and we canceled our tour this year. But we were going to a course with paper toy puppet. That was something that we're going to be learning. And most of the things we learn in order to create new ways of saying. And let me just pinpoint to Nicola too. Different techniques will lead you to different results. It's not the same thing, right? So it will give you extra to how to resolve things on stage. So it's very good for you to learn different techniques. You may have your favorite one, but then again, it is good for you to know them in order to solve things differently, right? I mean, not everything it's table puppets. I mean, have a variety of it. So you can maybe some things that you can solve it with the table puppets, you may not solve it in shadow puppets, right? So you have to know the techniques in order to use them. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's
questions.
Yeah. Yeah, people are curious. That's how it's spelled. Konnichiwa. Someone asked about how to spell it.
Is it Kamichiwa? Is it Kami? Oh wait, Kamichiwa. Okay, it's Kamishi. Kamichibai.
Kamichibai. For Valerie in Maryland, US, Maryland, US.
I think I didn't spell it right. Let me go over. Kamishibai. Kamichibai. There you go.
Kamichibai.
That's the right spelling.
So let's check it out, Valerie. And Nicola also won.
Nicola, hi.
Yeah. Did you do any puppet show for Cirque de Mayo?
Oh, that's a good question, though. There's a lot of there's a legend that they said that Mexican, we celebrate 5th of May. We don't actually. We don't. I'm sorry. We don't celebrate it. But then again, it's a holiday. Like they give us the day off because it was. I'm gonna tell you the story about the 5th of May. It is called the Puebla battle. That's the battle we won against the French. Yeah, against the French. That's the main story about the 5th of May. We didn't do a play itself, but then I invite you guys tomorrow. We're going to have a virtual show on our Facebook fan page on Hormiga Títeres. You can join us for a very Mexican Sonora traditional puppet play about legends of our ethnic group located in the south of Sonora, Mexico. So I totally invite you guys to see. Maybe you might not understand most of the things we say because it's mostly in Spanish, but it's good to see if you're interested into different perspectives of puppet theater. So recommend that. Invite everyone. It's invited though.
Yes, and we will put the link maybe beside the episode right there. So
you can find us. Yeah, you can find us on Facebook at La Hormiga Títeres. I mean, they're showing this, right?
Is it showing it's right there.
Okay. So you can find us in this at lahormiga.títeres on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Mainly on Facebook. That's when we have the live for puppet show tomorrow, which is called The Legends of the Desert or Desert Legend. Depends. So all invited.
Amazing. We will look forward to see that and practice our español. El practico mucho.
Para que practiquen el español.
So thank you very much. Ailin, it was like kind of a international connection. Happy 9 años to teatro. And
thank you.
Yeah,
merci beaucoup.
I wish you the best for the rest, the best, and to use this confinement time to just be more creative. So
I thank you for your kindness, for this invitation. I thank you for doing this because this thing gets us connected with all puppeteers that we might not know. I mean, if it weren't for you to get them in connected. And I'm not talking only about my behalf. I'm talking about some other puppeteers that might be looking forward to your podcast. And I really thank you got this invitation because like you said, we are heading our 9 years anniversary, which is tomorrow. And has been a blast, has been an adventure with their ups and downs like anything else. But at the end, what is the most important thing is the puppet itself and the language and the artist part and being puppeteer, which is the main thing. And I want to, before we finish, I want to open this call to all puppeteers to create and get connected, doing this networking between. We're already doing it, but then again, let's get connected a little bit more, getting this virtually handy and getting connected. It's really important though. Doors are open here in Mexico. Doors are open here in Sonora, Mexico for sure. I have programs where you can come and you can present your plays for sure. It's open to you guys if you want to come anytime. Mi casa es tu casa, that what you say. And everyone is welcome for sure. And you can just continue writing us on La Hormiga Títeres right here.
Yeah.
And please, everyone, follow Puppet Podcast, which is very important. Follow it. Share, which is very important. Share with the ones get connected. Share with groups. It's really, really important. That's how I found Puppet Podcast. And thank you very much, Caroline, because it's been an amazing, afternoon talking about us and the art we cherish. And I have a question for you. What is the thing that you cherish about puppet? I think nobody has asked you.
No, that's kind of true. I'm asking the question, but what I'm
cherish. What about you?
I think it's about meeting others for sure. Like the puppet brings another vision of like how to meet others. A puppet is an other for me. Like, so you give the soul towards it and you can meet another soul with this object. So for me, I like to meet people and just get connect with great human as you and as the fellow puppeteer I met. It was kind of a welcome environment. So I really want to just connect the community. And as you say, let's share that. Let's just thumbs up and just put it more and more. So thank you.
You're doing it. You're doing it. You're doing amazingly. And I really admire your work. And you have your home here in Mexico in the North Park. Be sure when anytime you want to come, doors are open. Like I said, mi casa es tu casa. You can come anytime.
Gracias, señorita. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for following us, and I will see you next week for another episode. We will stay connected with US people again, and I have someone from Pays-Bas coming soon, so Amsterdam. So let's see what's going on. So see you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. See ya.